rise. Support Court with Judge Vunda B is now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB1073, Ellison case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You all may be seated. Okay, Miss Ellison?
Yes.
You brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, I'm divorced from the person that didn't show up.
I see that.
Yes, and I'm here to ask the court for more spousal support. I went part-time on my job. I'm no longer working full-time. I've lost money. And the man's done nothing but cause me trouble since we've been divorced. He does all kinds of crazy stuff.
Okay.
And I deserve more money with all this harassment. Plus, I want a restraining order against him. This has to stop. My nerves are on edge. Can't take much more of it. But I think $100 a week extra for spousal support would be fair with all the, the headaches he's given me and everything like that.
You think it'll be fair?
Yes, I've left him alone. I don't go around him. It's him doing the harassing.
Okay. How long ago did you all get divorced?
The courtroom opens and Miss Ellison wastes no time. She's demanding more spousal support and dropping a bombshell. Her ex is allegedly harassing her, driving by her house at 3 a.m., showing up at her job, and causing public scenes. That's intense. She also wants a restraining order. But this isn't the court that handles those.
Divorced.
It's been almost 2 years now.
Okay.
He just won't let go.
What is he doing to harass you?
Like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, he drives around the house blowing his horn at all hours of the morning. He comes down to my work unannounced, goes right into where I'm working at and wants to argue with me in front of co-workers. I mean, I could be fired for that. I mean,
Have
it's totally
you ever
ridiculous.
tried to call the police on him?
Well, by the time they get there, he's gone.
Okay.
Yeah, they've never caught him actually doing anything.
Okay.
He knows not to get caught, but I need a restraining order. That's the only thing that's really going to, I think, keep him away from me.
Okay.
And he found
well,
out
I don't do restraining orders in this court. You can go to another court and definitely request a restraining order. And I believe that's something you can do at your local police department too.
Okay, well, thank you. I didn't know that.
Yes, ma'am. That is definitely that. Now I can, if you qualify, obviously, for an increase in spousal maintenance, that is something that I can entertain. So let's talk about that.
Judge listens carefully and you can already sense some skepticism. Miss Ellison is asking for an extra $100 a week, citing emotional stress, lost income from working part-time, and harassment. But here's the thing, her ex isn't even in court to defend himself. The judge is calm, but you can tell she's looking for solid evidence, not just claims.
You said you believe $100, an extra $100 a week is fair.
Yes.
Why do you believe that's fair?
Well, like I said, my wages have went down. I'm only working part-time now. We're doing layoffs and things like that. So
you said your wages?
Yeah, my wages.
Okay.
Are going down, and his are going up because he still gets those 2 raises every year. He's been with that company forever, and he makes good money. I don't make half of what he's making, and it's been really tough. I raised his children, I entertained his friends, I kept the house clean, I did everything that a good wife does. I think I deserve that extra $100 a week, and he can certainly afford it.
What does he do for a living?
He's a CEO for an oil company.
Okay.
Yeah. Makes really good money, bonuses and all that stuff. I mean, he's just raking it in.
How much is your spousal maintenance right now?
The spousal maintenance, it's about $325 a week maybe.
Okay.
Miss Ellison explains her job cut her hours, while her ex, a CEO at an oil company, is stacking raises and bonuses. She reminds the court that she supported him for years, raised his kids, cleaned his house, hosted his friends. That's a whole lot of unpaid emotional labor, and it hits hard. But is it enough to warrant a pay raise 2 years after the divorce? Do you think financial support should increase when one spouse gets richer, even after divorce?
He doesn't pay on time either. It's not always on time. So he is late on that. I think that should be a penalty right there. He shouldn't be late.
Okay. What type of expenses do you have?
Well, I have rent. I'm still making the payments on the house. We, before we got divorced, we had it redecorated, carpet paneling on the outside, siding on the outside, all kinds of different things were added to it. And I'm making the payments on that still. I still got another 5 years for all those payments to be paid off. And then, I got food. My car's paid off, but you know, gasoline's expensive, the upkeep of the car, things like that, electric bills, water, everything like that. Not to mention entertainment. I mean, you can't expect me to sit around the house and watch TV all the time. I mean, I'd go out from time to time, you know, that takes money.
Now, when you all were divorced 2 years ago, outside of spousal maintenance, were you awarded the home?
Yes, I was.
Her current spousal support is $320 a week, but she says it's often late. Another strike against her ex. She also shares her expenses, mortgage, food, utilities, and even entertainment. The judge listens, but she's noticing a pattern. None of these expenses are new. The judge is clearly looking for a major life change to justify an increase, and Miss Ellison might not be meeting that bar.
Awarded the home, and he fought me on that, but I won it.
Okay. So you were awarded the home. You don't have a lot of payments left on it.
No.
So I guess I'm confused as to why you're here, because you haven't said anything that will warrant an increase in your maintenance.
Well, I went down on hours from work. I mean, that's a financial burden.
Well,
And-
okay, so you went down on
yeah, my
hours.
boss did. My boss did. I didn't do it. My boss made me take less hours.
Right, but nothing has really changed with a lot of your expenses. You said you don't have a car note. You have a little bit left on your home to pay off. Sounds like you're mainly paying utilities and then a mortgage.
And the insurance for the car. I mean, the insurance is always expensive. Gasoline prices always going up.
Right, but you had those expenses at the time that you were divorced, correct?
Yes.
The judge questions whether her financial situation has changed since the divorce. Yes, her hours were cut, but she still has the house, no car payment, and fewer obligations overall. She wants more support, but her expenses haven't really increased. Is it fair to ask for more just because her ex is making more?
And you all were divorced. Did he have a 401k in existence? And this is Texas, which is a community property state. So I'm assuming you at least got 50% of that.
Yes, I did, but
Yes,
I don't think
no,
that
ma'am.
should be taken into consideration.
No, ma'am. It was taken into consideration the first time you received spousal maintenance. You can't have me take it into consideration again. That's not fair, and it's definitely not the law.
His 2 raises every year. I don't get raises. My job's a very poor paying job. I'm uneducated. I mean, I'm gonna, you know, my age, I'm not gonna find much now. I have to stay where I'm at. I feel like I'm trapped in this life.
And Miss Ellison, I feel like you came here to waste my time, because I cannot give you an increase in spousal maintenance just
$50
because
a
you're
week?
asking for it. No, ma'am.
25?
Even $5. The answer is no. So is there anything else?
And then comes the twist. Miss Ellison received $250,000 from her ex's 401k in the divorce. That's a serious chunk of change. The judge reminds her that money was already considered in the original spousal maintenance deal. It can't be used to justify more. The courtroom tension peaks here. The judge clearly feels her time is being wasted, and it shows.
That you needed from me here today, because I cannot grant you spousal maintenance just because he's made an increase from his wages.
Well,
If that were the standard, then everyone would come in court asking for an increase.
well, people need increases. I mean,
Well,
women
and
living
you-
on their own, I mean, that's hard.
Let me ask you this question. When you all were divorced and you received half of his 401k, how much was that?
It was a nice piece,
Okay, what's a nice piece? Give me a number.
about 250,000.
Okay, well, you know what? If there's nothing further, your case is dismissed, and so are you. Thank you.
In the Ellison case, the ex-wife wanted more spousal support due to reduced income and alleged harassment. But the judge denied the request, stating that her financial obligations hadn't changed significantly, and her original settlement, which included a $250,000 payout, was already fair. The lesson here? Courts need proof, not frustration. What do you think? Was the judge too harsh, or did she make the right call? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you've ever dealt with spousal support issues, share your story. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more real courtroom drama on Courtroom Clash, where justice meets real life.